Timothy Cunningham here with Living Artist. We're gonna be repairing a frame today. So we're gonna be halfway in the shop, halfway in the studio. We're gonna reopen this frame up. It's an existing painting that a customer loved, but the frame I don't love so much. It's really crickety. It could use a lot more body, a lot more character. So you're gonna see us cutting up some shapes, refitting this canvas to where this frame can make a statement for the customer. Let's get into it. Just remodeled all of this. Just remodeled the whole shed and turned it into my studio shop. It's more of my framing shop and everything like that. This channel is gonna give me an outlet. It's gonna give me an outlet. It's gonna let me express and show and learn. And I'm here to learn from y'all. I'm here to learn from whoever has insight and critique. Got my numbers here. I already dropped my Osmo Pocket 3. I record on the Osmo Pocket 3 nowadays. It's the first time I dropped it. All right, got my numbers. I went and measured the canvas, the actual frame. We're gonna go, I always give myself a little meat on the end of the stick and on each end of the stick. That way I can get a clean cut on my table saw. We're gonna cut this on the table saw from Harbor Freight. 55 1/4, that means I gave myself 2 inches on the end. I always double check my measurements. I always double check my measurements because I be wrong. I said, I like to transfer, if you know what I mean, I like to transfer my measurements to the other side because when I'm on that table saw, I get turned around when I'm flipping, when I flip my material around. I do. So I transfer it. That's just me. Already made a mistake. See how I said I like to measure twice? I had marked it right here. I was about to go out, set up my saw and start cutting. I'm 2 inches short. I just said I used 2 inches of meat on each side. So I got my 2 inches down there. 55 1/8 should have been my measurement. I hit 55 1/8 right here and marked it. Nope, it should be 57 1/8 because I gave it 2 inches of meat down there. Tripping. Got my handy dandy Harbor Freight. Don't be scared of Harbor Freight. To you. This one been with me for like a couple years. I got this about 3 or 4 years ago. Sometimes I wear a mask when I cut, but that's if I'm about to cut for a lot of paintings. This time. So when you cutting these, I'm cutting miters. You want to make sure you're cutting them to where they're opposite. Got my sticks. Yeah, this a champ. It's a champ. Harbor Freight all day, baby. Like that. Any tools you see me use, I didn't have that stuff at first. I was shortchanging, using hacksaws, using whatever to get the job done. But now, I'm not loaded with money, but I pick and choose what I can and can't afford and grab, you know? You gotta get the job done. You need safety, you need ergonomics, and you need to meet your deadlines. Perfect. Kinda. Ain't nothing perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fit these onto the back of that existing frame. We're gonna beef it up. We're gonna stiffen it up. We're gonna clamp it with wood glue. That reminds me, I need to grab all the clamps I can get. Sometimes I use dumbbells and kettlebells and all that for clamps. Anything that weighs a lot, I'll use it for clamps. We getting there though. every year we get in there. I got I'm grateful for the shop that I've accumulated. We've moved coast to coast several times, so I've lost tools, I've sold 2 boxes. I had many more than what I got, but I always keep what I need to maintain my studio. Before we fit these together, I'm gonna show you. There's a deviance on this one. I didn't hit my mark. I typically would draw the 45-degree mark as well on the end of the stick. I missed it on a couple of them, actually. This one and that one mostly. But when we fit these together, this one's gonna be painted white. And that's why I didn't take all the precaution. If this was gonna be a wood frame and it's stained and all of that, you're gonna see every discrepancy. But this one is gonna be painted white, so we're gonna use caulk and things like that. I'm not. Let's get into getting this masterpiece out of this monstrosity. First, I had to lay it down. I laid down this brown paper on the back to protect it in the first show that it was put in. Laid it down with some 3M spray glue. I don't typically do that these days. The canvas came out easily. I don't know. I'm about to show you. I don't know what I was thinking. I shot this thing together with my nail gun with staples through the masterpiece. So crazy. That's something you never see me do today. So we'll have to deal with this later. Looking at the frame, it is a wobbly, flimsy little spaghetti noodle. I used everything that I had back then in the studio to piece this thing together. I guess I was really wanting that face, the molding face. Let's go ahead and take this thing apart. So here we went in and got rid of these braces, grabbed my sticks, laid them down, dry fitted them, and we're gonna go ahead with the wood glue. The wood glue is actually stronger than the wood if you apply pressure while it's drying. I love using it, but I do like to add fasteners after I use wood glue just for extra peace of mind. Along with the wood glue, I did find 8 clamps. I thought I only had about 3 or 4. I had 8 of them that fit this frame perfectly. So instead of using kettlebells and heavy weighted objects like I mentioned before, we're gonna go ahead and actually clamp it down overnight and let this bad boy set nice and stiff. Look at how desperate I was. 3 years ago, I made this thing. Wood putty everywhere, splattered everywhere. Must have been my first time ever using wood putty on a frame, and just not pretty. We're gonna align these corners with the sander. We're gonna line these up better. After we sand them down to a line, we're gonna caulk them up and hide the imperfections. Easily, it's easy to remove the wood putty with sandpaper. It's not your enemy. It does sand and paint and color and stain very well. I just don't know what I was thinking about putting it on. But I gotta admit, this stuff does dry quickly, like right in front of your eyes. It's got a drying agent that's mixed into it. It makes it smell real loud, but it also helps it dry super quick so you can get to the sanding and painting. I'm gonna go ahead and cut some braces for the corners to give this frame some extra rigidity and some strength. Keep it from wobbling. That way they can move it from wall to wall over the years and it won't crack. The caulk won't separate, things like that. So I'm gonna cut some 45-degree angle braces, just 6 inches long, glue them and fasten them into each corner of the back side of that frame. And I gotta tell you, I don't throw away fasteners. I don't think I've thrown away a fastener in 20 years. Since I got my own tools, I don't think I've ever thrown away a tool or a fastener. So I just keep them. I try to organize them from bolts to fasteners to nails to tacks to connectors, whatever, right? It totally comes in handy to be able to just grab some junk fasteners, which isn't junk, but a previously used fastener that will get you right through the job that you have at hand. I didn't quite have any more wood glue out in the shop. It was inside in the studio, so I did have regular Gorilla Glue. So that'll do the job at these joint braces here. Along with the fasteners. I know I split the wood a little bit. I did drill pilots. I thought that would help me out, but I guess the pilot wasn't large enough. Still split the wood. The Gorilla Glue will take over that split and help me out. And once again, as you see here, I'm using anything I can find in my tools. I don't throw away much, and that includes brackets. Any kind of hanger or bracket, I keep them. This is from a set of blinds, maybe from one of our previous houses or apartments, but I'm making an elbow clamp with it. It's gonna be placed at the top side of the frame. I know people are gonna hang this thing from the top. I'm gonna put it right there. I know this is wood glued down and everything and with the corner fasteners, but still to feel safer, I go ahead and put an elbow clamp right here with some fasteners because I know that creep and things like that can set in over the years. I got a painter friend of mine. I used to paint a lot of houses with them and do a lot of jobs, handyman jobs and things like that. I thought I had a lot figured out when it comes to painting, that it was simply boring and blah, blah, blah. He actually taught me a whole lot of cool tricks that will expedite your paint projects and things like that. That includes caulking. Caulking is the major part of a paint job. People think it's just painting gaps and painting walls and things like that, but your prep is actually the most important part of your painting. So you got to keep a wet rag when it comes to painting latex paint or when it comes to caulking and sanding. That wet rag right there will save your life when it comes to dropping paint on your floor or anything like that inside your home, or when it comes to filling in cracks with caulk and putty and things like that. It helps loosen up the caulk and make it go into the cracks more. And then sometimes I'll do a second coat of caulk on top of that to fill any large gaps. Wait until you get a load of this paint that I just grabbed. I don't know where this came from. It might have been under the house when we bought this house from a previous 20-year ago project from the previous owner, but I use what I can get. And this paint, I must have used it on a project before. It works. The glues and things like that that are still in it, they still adhere to my projects, and so I use it. It's a bright paint, used to be a very good quality. It looks like a bear paint. We're gonna go ahead and give it a shot on this frame. If I totally mess this up, I know how to fix it. I love the way it came out with the brush. I was able to smooth it out, but look at how gooey it is. Oh my goodness. Man, it's like I needed to heat it up first. It was chilly in the shop this day, but not that chilly. This stuff is old. It did work. The top coat worked out just fine. Let's go ahead and roll the sides. I'm pleased with that. Before we go ahead and install this canvas or even prep it to install, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it up. The customer did mention that she would like to see this canvas a little tighter on the stretcher bars. You know me, I like to go ahead and wet the back of the canvas, especially if it's unprimed on the back side. And I go ahead and rub this into the cotton canvas, which makes the cotton shrink as it dries. It actually made this one shrink as it was still wet when I was walking out to the shop. The stretcher bars even warped a little bit at how tight it got, which is good for me. I'm embarrassed to show you this, but take a look. Look at those staples. What was I thinking? I'm so embarrassed at this. I can't repair the canvas. You can go in and try to touch up paint those marks, but it will be hidden by the frame. back into my old fasteners. I also keep a whole bunch of old clamps and things like that. This old hanger kit, I think Marissa may have purchased it to hang some paintings and artwork in one of our apartments out in California. So she didn't use it anymore. I kept it out in the shop. I use it for whatever, and it came in handy today because I can use these hangers right here, drill an extra hole in it, and use them as clamps to hold the actual painting in the frame. But I got to get to customizing them, so let's do it safely with some pliers here before you see me lose a finger. If you're about to build your very first frame, please do not build it like this. Take your time. I have other episodes that cover my shadow box frames, which are the most simplest way to get a frame out of the house quickly, especially if you got a show coming up or if you have a deadline to meet for a customer. I put several of these all around the canvas. I think I put 2 on each side, and it held the canvas in just fine. The canvas only weighs about a pound, and worked out this time. But I do need to go get some elbow clamps for the next time I have to do something like this. I just found what was available in the shed, and it got the job done. I gotta admit, I'm happy with it. So basically, what was I thinking? Like, I don't know what I was thinking when I designed that frame, when I did the painting. Let me tell you a little bit about the painting though. I did it with the flu. I had COVID, and when I did that painting, the customer saw it in the most raggedy frame, the most raggedy canvas construction. You saw that too. And it still created dialogue for her, and it still spoke to her. She moved to Greenville, South Carolina. That is downtown Greenville, South Carolina. That is the Liberty Bridge, downtown Greenville. It is one of the most significant landmarks. And she moved here based off of standing on that bridge, looking at the waterfalls, wondering what she's gonna do next in her life. And that was her founding moment. So she saw this at my showcase, the inaugural year in 2023, Greenville Through a Lens. It spoke to her right there in the moment. She didn't care about the raggedy frame or the canvas construction. She cared about the subject matter and the dialogue that came from the painting. So it's a testimony. If you can create dialogue, if you can create, unless you're one of those historical art preservationists that can create historically sound artwork, then you need to be creating dialogue. That's what speaks to people, and that's what spoke to her. I'm happy it did, but I sure did create a whole lot of rework for myself. That was a lot of rework. What I did for the canvas was she did notice that it was a little loose because the construction of the stretcher bars was a little loose. I did tighten up the construction of the stretcher bars, but most importantly, I poured water on the back of the canvas, rubbed it in nice and good on top of this carpet, and that it stretched. Before I could get it back out to the shop to do my work on the frame and reinstall it back in the frame, that canvas had stretched so tight that it was starting to warp the stretcher bar. So I was like, perfect. When I put this thing in the frame, it'll straighten back out and it'll be tight, and it is tight as a drum. I love the frame. That frame came out beautiful. And that's from the last episode. These two pieces go together to the same household. That's the husband's piece, that's the wife's piece. They've just recently married, I think last year. Lessons learned though. But I think this was the first frame I ever built, actually. in the middle of a work day, which is photo shoot. We also, as an artpreneur, we fill our schedules with modeling, all four of us, and it's fun and it's useful and lucrative, and everybody enjoys doing it. So once in a while we get booked. Today me and Marissa are booked as a couple, but yeah, we about to load this trailer, so I might as well just have the trailer with the work on it while we're finishing up a day of modeling, and be able to knock it all out before rush hour gets heavy. Oh. I'd say it's about time for me to invest in some moving blankets. Marissa did pick on me about this one, and I agree. We did use a bunch of old quilts for shipping of these two pieces. They did the job as a shipping blanket would do. A shipping blanket would only add to your professionalism when you pull up to the customer's location. But I'm pleased with having quilts on my trailer, and it looks like we were taking something to grandma's house, but we actually were taking it to the customer's location. These things did the job. I don't like to strap paintings down that much on my flat trailer. I don't like to strap paintings down much, especially if they're framed. They're pretty heavy. If I'm going local, which I did, I only went about 6 or 7 miles away, this worked. If I had to go pretty far, they wouldn't have been on an exposed flatbed trailer anyway. I would have rented a U-Haul van like I typically do, which is fairly cheap. All set. It is time for delivery.
Oh, wait a minute.
So listen, Ashley's came out better than his. But we'll let them fight over it later. With your frame, came out so nice. I haven't said nothing to you about it, huh?
No.
And his crater, his moon crater that he had, came out just fine. I redid your frame though. But It's the same color tones.
You want to help me pick it up?
No, we don't wait nothing. There we go. Now, if you can remember where the hole was, can you?
I know it was near the bottom part, but I don't remember which side.
So it worked.
So was it in the lower right corner? Yeah.
You can't tell anything on the front side.
It happened in the perfect spot.
Yeah.
You have to get really up close.
Yeah, it happened in the perfect spot. This painting must really touched her for her to buy it because it was so raggedy. It was so raggedy. So your frame is now a real frame. You know what I mean?
The color's good.
Like, look at that profile that you have now. Way stronger. Same profile on your face, but way better. Way stronger. And you simply hang it, put a couple screws in the wall, and just hang it from this way.
That's where it came from. Yeah, it does.
Way stronger. Hang it. I didn't tighten it. It's moving around right now. So yeah, that was a lot of unnecessary work for sure, and I'm sure I won't have to go through that again. I hope I don't put myself through something like that again. I'm thrilled that they're happy. I'm happy when they are. You never know how they're gonna feel with the end result, but man, I messed that up. I put myself in a pothole and had to dig myself back out, and I hate rework. That's something about me. Thanks for sticking around through all of that. I hope you got some takeaways. Until next time, peace.